In the last year, there's been a few perfect releases for me. Indicator released Fascination. That set I thought was perfect. Uh, Arrow released Empire Screams box, which I thought was perfect. Recently, I've got Vinegar Syndrome, The Lost Picture Show, which I thought was a perfect release. And now this one by Terror Vision, Rumpelstiltskin. Let's take a look. All right, so we got Rumpelstiltskin, the 1995 film, produced by Joe Ruby, directed by Mark Jones, starring Max Grodchick, and the music is notably done by Charles Bernstein, who has some great moments in the film. Um, yeah, again, notably when Rumpelstiltskin's on a motorcycle, it's got like a um, um, sympathy for the devil, Rolling Stones type feel, but just perfect song. He had a singer come in and do a really nice job on that. So yeah, so TerraVision brought us this Rumpelstiltskin, this release, in a nice box set, the limited edition one here with the spine and the book, and we'll get that out in the back there. But really great artwork, and I will say when this was announced, I think correct me if I'm wrong, but people watching, but I think it was pre-ordered back in maybe October, and when I found out about it, uh, I really wanted this release, the limited edition box, just because I think it's awesome. And again, like I said at the beginning, I think it's one of the best ones that I've gotten as far as a perfect release in the last year. So I really wanted this one, but they were sold out. So I was bummed out. I don't think they were pre-ordering just the normal release at that time. I know they are now. Where you can just buy the 3 disc set without all the extras. And there was a step above this one. People have videos with it's got bibs and other stuff. I didn't particularly need that one, but this one I really wanted to have. But they were sold out. I was bummed, and I think about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was happy to find out. I got an email from TerraVision that it said uh, we have 100-ish left. If you'd like to pre-order one, I think it said 126 to be exact. And so immediately I ordered one, and that one arrived yesterday. And I immediately watched it yesterday. I watched it again today. It's something that and then I watched the extras. It's got plenty of, it's a couple new commentaries by the director and Max and Charles Bernstein and Joe Ruby. So it's got a couple of making of and remembering Rumpelstiltskin, and very interesting. But like I said, this is the version that I wanted. I'm glad that it became available, and there you have it. I'll probably display this on the shelf. I think it's great. Let's get into a couple of things. Actually, and this release was something that you know you're happy, you're satisfied with the price as long as the product comes and it's you know what they say it is. And again, this release I feel like went above and beyond even what was advertised. Again, comfortable with the price. Um, and one of the things that it came with the box. It came with an essay about the movie, so you got a really nice bound book here. Um, got into some of this. Again, I'm gonna read more. This one I think goes more. This essay book right here that fits in the box, I think, goes more along with the making of the film and stuff like that. I don't know if it goes into a lot of lore, but it's got some cool photos. Perfect, just a perfect actor. Max was a perfect actor for this character, um, and they have some great interviews, like I said on here. But so there's that, and but wait, there's more. And then, as promised, it's got the slipcase again. Beautiful artwork, beautiful A+ TerraVision. Um, I I'll make a prediction at the end, a bold prediction. Stay tuned for a bold prediction. I'm going to kind of fly through this, but I just want to show you that cool slip cover. But I'll make a bold prediction at the end of this, and then of course you got the 3 discs. Um, with there's so much stuff in this release that it's falling out at me. So let me set this aside just so I can show you the 3 discs. Here he is driving the semi on the UHD. Then, of course, you get the Blu-ray with the cover art, which is great, which is what sold or rented probably so many videos back in the day. And then you get the music by Charles Bernstein. You know, so you get the CD. So that's really great. Of course, if you've seen anybody with that have done, you get the fish, the magic fish that you can take out of this bag, and you know it predicts how you're feeling. If you've seen anybody do that, if not, we'll come back and do that sometime. But I have a feeling anybody watching has probably seen that. Some new Blu-ray releases by them, Frogman and soundtracks, Fright Night's on there. The Rumplestiltskin poem postcard, which is really cool. And then what's cool is you get mine was picked by Hannah. They show you who picked it in case you have any complaints. Or I'm actually gonna probably email and say, great, perfect release. But then and then you get the poster, which actually a lot of times you just leave them in. I think I will hang this one up. I think I'll frame this and hang it up behind me somewhere here. But here's going above and beyond, which I think, of course, I got the bookmark. You got a pixie stick in here, right? And but this was not advertised, as far as I could tell, in the in everything you get, and it's more essays about the movie Rumpelstiltskin. So this was like a bonus. This one I had marked with the pixie stick because I'm reading through it, and the essays in this one are interesting because I won't get too far into it in this. I'm just doing a fast kind of praise on this release, and then maybe we'll get into it more. But this one goes into like um, the social aspects of the trade of Rumpelstiltskin in the original fairy tale, revised Grimm fairy tale about him spinning the straw into gold, and um, the miller's daughter exchanging items, and then eventually exchanging the baby, right? And then that was kind of a future thing that she promised, and then when it came time to do that, the regret. But it goes into the uh, social aspects of that whole tale, and it's pretty interesting as this writer goes. So it gets deep into, say, the beginning of the scene where you see him running out with the baby, and he said, "I spun the gold," and then again, that's where they cast him um, into the jade gold stone into the ocean until someone finds him at a thrift store that as a sculpture and buys it and makes a wish, teardrops on it. And again, she exchanged her wish for her husband seeing the baby. And then now it starts all over again. And the movie's awesome. If you haven't seen the movie, it had been since rental days since I'd seen it. The movie's very enjoyable. Again, I went back and watched it again today. Some of the set directors on the final scene in the graveyard are just fantastic. The movie, I watched it in both 4K and Blu-ray. The 4K does, in my opinion, look um, quite a bit improved. The Blu-ray looked good, but the 4K looks just perfect, in my opinion. Um, so I will give this like one of my favorites of the year in the past year. Great job, TerraVision. Um, I don't know if there's any more points I wanted to touch. There's so much, really. It's a great story. Oh, I will say at the end of the film, they talk about this in one of the documentaries that they left it open for a sequel, which they did because someone else found the stone 3 years later. And that's my bold prediction. Here's my bold prediction. I think that the just A+ awesomeness of this release will spark a sequel. I think that will. I think that this movie, with this release, the way it looks, sounds, and it's presented by television is just an A+, and I think it will spark. Uh, because Mark says he's got a sequel written or prequel or wherever going. I think that it will spark, and uh, hopefully, just as hopefully when if that does happen, which I think will, because I think that the energy is going to be there after this release, that they stick with practical effects and makeup artists and maybe the same as much of the same crew as they used on this film. All right, I'm going to leave it there, but I will say, uh, great job, Terravision. I'm more than happy that I got that email that day so that I could get the release in the way I wanted it, which was this limited edition uh, slipcase of Rumpelstiltskin. So awesome. All right. If you like this content, if you like physical media, talk about movies and A+ releases like Rumpelstiltskin, please consider subscribing, um, giving it a thumbs up. Um, and if you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, again, consider subscribing. Uh, and check out Rumpelstiltskin. All right. We'll catch you next time on Severely Cinematic.